Welcome, dear viewers, to our guide on turning your life around. This isn't just another self-help video, no. This is a journey towards a life that's more fulfilling, more authentic, and more aligned with who you truly are. We all deserve to live our best lives, don't we? But sometimes we get stuck. We get trapped in the status quo and it feels like we're just going through the motions. That's where this guide comes in. Over the next several minutes, we will be embarking on a transformative journey together, going through 5 crucial steps to help you evaluate your life, set a new direction, build a roadmap, take action, and maintain progress. Each step is a building block, a stepping stone towards a better, more fulfilled life. So, are you ready to take that first step? Are you ready to challenge the status quo? Are you ready to turn your life around? If the answer is yes, then stick around. Because we're about to dive into the first step, evaluating the status quo. Let's get started. Are you satisfied with your current life? Now that's a question that makes you pause and think, doesn't it? It's a question that forces you to take a good, hard look at your life as it stands today. And it's not always an easy thing to do. But it's necessary. It's like looking into a mirror, not to check your physical appearance, but to examine your life. It's about assessing the status quo, or the way things are. And you know what they say about the status quo, right? If you're not improving, you're stagnating. And stagnation is the first step towards decline. So let's take a moment to reflect on our lives. Are we happy with where we are? Are we content with what we've achieved? And most importantly, are we satisfied with the person we've become? Now, we're not talking about a superficial, surface-level satisfaction here. We're delving deeper. We're talking about that deep, soul-level satisfaction that comes from knowing that we're living our most authentic life. Some of us might find that we're not quite there yet. Maybe we're dissatisfied with our careers, with our relationships, or with our personal growth. Or maybe we're just feeling stuck, like we're not moving forward. That's okay, it's a starting point, it's an acknowledgement that we're not where we want to be. And that's a crucial first step towards change. Because you see, it's only when we recognize that we're dissatisfied with our current state of affairs that we can start to make a difference. It's only when we admit that we're not happy with the status quo that we can begin to shift it. Change, as they say, begins from within. And it starts with a simple question. Are you satisfied with your current life? So take some time to reflect. Think about your life. Evaluate your status quo. Identify those areas where you're dissatisfied. And remember, it's not about beating yourself up over your shortcomings. It's about recognizing them, acknowledging them, and then deciding to do something about them. Remember, the first step towards change is recognizing the need for it. And that's what we're doing here. We're starting the journey towards a better, more fulfilled life. And it all starts with a question, so I ask you again, are you satisfied with your current life? What does your ideal life look like? That's a question we often forget to ask ourselves, but it's crucial. It's like setting the destination for a journey. You wouldn't embark on a road trip without knowing where you're headed, would you? The same goes for life. To turn your life around, you need to have a clear vision of what you want your life to be like. Picture your ideal life in your mind's eye. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who are you sharing it with? Where are you? What are you doing? These are the questions that will help you paint a vivid picture of your desired future. Creating this vision isn't just a fanciful exercise, it's a powerful tool that can guide your actions and decisions. It's your North Star, your compass, guiding you through the fog of life's challenges. Now, how do you do this? One effective way is to create a vision board. This is a collage of images and words that represent your aspirations and dreams. It's a tangible, visual representation of your future that you can refer to whenever you need a reminder of your destination. Alternatively, you can write down your goals. This is just as effective and perhaps even more powerful for some. When you write down your goals, you're making a commitment to yourself. You're telling yourself, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to strive for. But remember, it's essential to set realistic and achievable goals. If your goals are too lofty, you might set yourself up for disappointment. However, if they're too easy, you won't feel challenged or motivated. So, strike a balance. Think of your goals as stepping stones leading you towards the life you've envisioned. Each one is a small victory that brings you one step closer to your ultimate destination. Ultimately, setting the direction for your life is all about envisioning a future that excites you, motivates you, and gives you a sense of purpose. It's about daring to dream and having the courage to pursue those dreams. Your future starts with a vision, so dare to imagine. How do you plan to reach your desired destination? This question is pivotal. It's like setting off on a journey without knowing the route. Could you reach your destination? It's unlikely, isn't it? That's why having a plan of action is crucial when it comes to turning your life around. Let's think of it in terms of a roadmap. A roadmap serves as a guide, showing you the route to take to your destination. Likewise, in life, a plan of action is your roadmap. It breaks down the process of reaching your desired goal into manageable steps, making the journey less daunting and more achievable. Now, imagine you're planning a road trip. You wouldn't just decide your destination and then hop in the car, would you? No, you'd map out your journey, plan your stops, and prepare for any potential roadblocks. The same goes for your life's journey. First, identify your destination. This is your ultimate goal. Then, break down this goal into smaller, manageable steps. These steps are your milestones, your markers that show you're on the right path. Each step is an achievement in itself, bringing you closer to your destination. However, it's important to remember that just as roads can be unpredictable, so too can life. There may be roadblocks, detours, or unexpected turns. This is where flexibility and adaptability come into play. Your plan of action isn't set in stone. It's a living, breathing thing, meant to be tweaked and adjusted as necessary. If you find that a step isn't working, don't be afraid to change it. If a path isn't leading you where you want to go, don't be scared to take a different route. It's your journey, your roadmap. You have the power to change it as you see fit. So create your plan of action, your roadmap, break it down into manageable steps, but always be ready to adapt and adjust. Because in the end, it's not just about reaching the destination, but about enjoying the journey as well. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So let's start planning and stop wishing. Are you ready to take the first step towards your new life? It's time to put your plan into action. Of course, that's easier said than done. But remember, the hardest part of any task is often just getting started. Once you've taken that first step, you've already broken through the most difficult barrier. Taking action is the bridge between planning and achieving. It's the vehicle that drives you from where you are now to where you want to be. Without action, your plans remain just that, plans. They are dreams, wishes, and hopes that never materialize. But with action, they become reality. Think of it this way: if your life is a book, then taking action is the pen that writes your story. It's the tool that allows you to fill your pages with adventure, growth, and triumph. Without it, your book remains empty and unread. So, start implementing your plan. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances. There's no such thing. The best time to start is always now. But remember, taking action is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. It's about being consistent and persistent. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Consistency is the key to progress. It's what turns actions into habits and habits into lifestyles. It's the force that propels you forward even when the going gets tough. Persistence, on the other hand, is about not giving up. It's about pushing through the obstacles and setbacks that will inevitably come your way. It's about staying committed to your journey no matter what. So are you ready to take action? Are you ready to start writing your story? Remember, it's not about the size of the step you take, but the direction in which it's headed. Start small, but start, and keep going. Every journey begins with a single step. Take that step today. How do you plan to stay on track? That's the question we're tackling in this last segment. After all, turning your life around isn't a one-time event. It's a continuous process. It's about maintaining the progress you've made, and that's no small feat. Let's talk about motivation. It's the fuel that keeps your engine running. But sometimes the tank runs low. So, how do you keep that motivation high? One way is by celebrating small victories. Did you wake up early to hit the gym? Good job. Did you choose a salad over a burger for lunch? That's a win. These small victories may seem insignificant, but they add up. They show you that you're making progress, and that's a great motivator. But what about when things don't go as planned? We've all been there. It's easy to beat yourself up over setbacks, but remember, they're just part of the journey. Instead of dwelling on the negatives, focus on the lessons. What can you learn from the situation? How can you use it to improve? This shift in perspective can turn a setback into a step forward. Now let's talk about patience and resilience. These two qualities are like the shock absorbers in your car. They help you smooth out the bumps in the road. It's important to understand that change takes time. You won't see a transformation overnight. It's a slow and steady process. But with patience and resilience, you can keep moving forward even when the road gets tough. In the end, it's all about perseverance. It's about picking yourself up when you fall and continuing to push forward. Because that's what turning your life around is all about. It's not just about reaching a certain point or achieving a specific goal, it's about the journey. It's about the person you become along the way. Remember, success is not a destination, but a journey. Keep moving forward.